Setting up your workstation is so important to your overall health. You need to make sure that you've got the correct posture so that your lower back joints, your hip joints and your knee joints have reduced load on them. Currently in the UK we sit for on average 9 hours a day, so it's so important that you sit properly and you help those joints to not only last longer but also not to have any pain within them. At the moment the philosophy is that you should sit upright. Sit at 90 degrees for your lower back into your hip joints and also another 90 degrees at your knees, placing your feet flat on the floor. The problem is these joints are under a lot of load in that position. You're putting all your body weight through your lower back discs. This really can increase the wear on those discs as well as leading to back pain. The correct way of sitting has actually been around for 20 years, and that way is to recline your chair, to open up your joints and to really reduce the stress and strain going through them. To that end, we're going to go through some posture today in showing you how to set up your workstation correctly so that you reduce any stress and strain on those joints and actually feel more comfortable as well. So the first thing we need to do is you need to open up your leg joints. So if you can just push your feet in front of you so you straighten those legs, that's it. That puts less load on your knee joint immediately. As well as that, it also brings your knees lower than your hips, which actually opens up your hip joint slightly as well. We now need to really get all of that pressure off your lower back. So if you can just push with your feet very slightly and allow the chair to recline a little bit, we now open up those hip joints. And so now we find that they're less loaded, they're going to last longer, and also there's no stress and strain on your lower back because the force in your body weight is going through all the joints of your spine, which really does help dissipate that load. The problem, of course, is the fact that now you can't reach the screen. So what we need to do is we need to get you just to shuffle forwards a little bit for me, if that's okay. That's the one. And if you can just lower this chair down just a fraction for me. That's brilliant. And then that's it, get legs in front of you again. That's it. And then lean yourself back again. That's brilliant. So now we're in a really quite a good position. We can put our arms on our armrest, which is great. We can see everything perfectly. It's now making sure that we're the right height for the computer. So the best way of doing that is to make sure that your eye level isn't at the top of the screen. Without realizing it, you will put everything you're working on into the center of the screen so your vision is best. So because of that, you need to make sure your eye line is quite close to that. So I would say you need to go even lower on this chair. That's brilliant, perfect that is, and then lower, that's excellent, all right? Now we need to make sure that in order to lean backwards, we should still be in a good posture. That doesn't mean slouching. So what we want to make sure is that your bottom isn't too far forwards on the chair. So just make sure your bottom is at the back of the chair for me. That's brilliant, and your leaning is back again for me. That's brilliant. So your arms can rest on the armrests, your wrists are nicely supported on the desk, means you can reach the keyboard perfectly, your eye level is nicely in the middle of the screen, and if you needed to, you could always rest your head back on this headrest, all right? This is pretty perfect posture. Now, of course, height can be an issue. The only way we would change this is if you're a little bit shorter. An angled step is ideal to really help you put your feet level and also helps to actually push the chair back. If you're tall, you might find you don't need that. It's just going through those steps, making sure it's nice and low, making sure your arms are fully rested, making sure the screen is the right height and your chair is reclined. This is perfect workstation posture.